Hello, Jason Woodard here with my newest design in the Doomsday line in partnership with Scorpion Swords and Knives and the Sword Buyer's Guide, the Sword Buyer's Guide exclusive. This sword is called the Barbarian. These are made by Chris Palmer, and these swords are made to order. The total length on the new sword is 37 1/2 inches. The blade length is 23 3/4 inches. The blade width is 3 inches at the base. The handle length, pommel and guard total is 13 3/4 inches. Blade thickness is 3/16 full tang, properly heat treated. The weight of this sword is 4.2 pounds. Kind of heavy, but what's great is the balance point is only 2.5 inches above the guard. So it's got great balance for a two-handed sword. You can yield one hand or two hand. You can also get the buffalo hide black leather sheath to go with it if you'd like. I'm going to be testing this sword and harsh testing it to make sure it can withstand all the abuse that you guys are going to throw at it. Really excited about this one. It's got a walnut handle, pommel and grip. It's also got a black leather wrap all the way down, pinned here at the bottom to keep it on good and tight. So stay tuned. I will run it through the paces and give my final thoughts afterwards. All right, taking the Barbarian sword, trying to hack on this tree to see how it holds up. Here we go. I can do pretty good. All right, I'm going to take the Doomsday Barbarian sword and strike it against this pork bone to see how it holds up. Here we go. Shattered it. Disintegrated it. Holds. Sword's holding up, everything's straight. Continuing my testing. All right, taking the Doomsday Barbarian, stabbing it through the door of this vehicle to see if the tip holds up. So here we go. Here's your tip. After stabbing it through the vehicle, holding up very well. Doomsday, Jason Tough. All right, this is the Doomsday Barbarian. I'm about to stab it through the vehicle to see if the tip holds up to the damage. Good. That's good. Looks like the tip has held up well. Just stabbing it through the vehicle. Holding up good. Doomsday Barbarian. Jason Tough. All right, striking the new Doomsday Barbarian sword up against a medieval knight's helmet. See how it holds up. Here we go. Let's look at the damage. Or let's look at Barbarian sword. See how the edge held up? Some scuffing, but no edge damage. Everything's still straight. The knight has got one hell of a headache. All right, I'm going to take the Doomsday Barbarian sword, try to strike this medieval helmet one-handed, holding the GoPro. So here we go. He's worse for wear. Doomsday Barbarian sword. Looks good. Slight scuffing on the edge, but no serious edge damage. Everything's still straight. Holding up well. Alright, Doomsday Barbarian. I'm going to stab it at the steel drum to see how the tip holds up. Here we go. There's the tip after stabbing it into the steel drum. Holding up well, good temperament. Next. All right, striking the Doomsday Barbarian sword against the steel drum. See how the edge holds up. There is the edge. I don't see any real damage. Edge rolling. Superficial removal for some of the heat treatment. The edge is fine. Laid it straight. Next. Alright, striking the Doomsday Barbarian sword against a metal pole. See how it holds up. One-handed. Let's look at the edge. I'm not sure what side I hit on, but as you can see, no edge damage, no rolling. Blade is still straight. Next test. Alright, I'm now going to take the Doomsday Barbarian sword and strike it against a cheap katana and a vise to see how they hold up, edge on edge, edge against edge. All right, let's compare edges. All right. Here we go. There's the katana in the vise. And here is the Barbarian sword's edge. There's the other side. No serious edge damage. Barbarian sword took some superficial scuffs, but the blade is not seriously damaged. The edge is not rolled. However, katana, cheap katana, looks like shit. Barbarian sword's holding up. Next test. Alright, this is my final harsh test on the Doomsday Barbarian sword. I'm going to strike it against granite, which you should never do because it's going to damage the edge, to make sure it can withstand the abuse and hold up to harsh use. Here we go. Yep. Here's the edge after striking it against granite. It's got some minor edge damage that can be ground out and buffed down. Won't take much effort. Overall, the blade has held up to everything. Blade is still straight. Got great balance, and I will finish up with my final thoughts. Hello, Jason Woodard here with my final thoughts on my newest sword design. I've just completed my harsh testing on this sword, and this is the Barbarian in the Doomsday line, a Sword Buyer's Guide exclusive. It has held up very well to all of my harsh testing. I've struck it against metal, I've struck it against a knight's helmet, bone, a cheap katana in the vise. I've stabbed it through a vehicle's door and through the top of the vehicle, and it has held up well, especially the tip, which I was worried about, but it held up very well. With my final actually harsh test, I slashed against a piece of granite, which you should never do because that's going to damage any sword no matter how nice it is. And it held up very well with some slight edge damage that I was able to grind right off. So it's held up well. I really like this sword. It's got great balance for such a heavier sword at 4 pounds plus. The balance point is only about 2.5 inches down the blade, so it swings and recovers very well. I like the width right here of the grip. It makes for a good sturdy grip so your hands doesn't slip and you really get a good grip underneath. I was able to swing it one-handed or two. I really like this one. It's overbuilt, and Chris did a great job. These are made to order by Chris Palmer at Scorpion Swords and Knives, and this is the partnership with Paul Southern over at the Sword Buyer's Guide. So these are made to order. Thank you guys for your support. This sword has held up very well. I'm very proud of it. We've got other stuff in the works, and thank you. The Doomsday line is doing better than ever. Thanks to you guys. Till next time, bye-bye.